All right, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen. Appreciate everybody joining me. It's CJ Curry, and it's another CJ Curry show presented by PrizePicks. PrizePicks making your daily fantasy sports experience as easy as possible, allowing you to pick anywhere from 2 to 6 superstars from your favorite sports. Yeah, you can mix and match them. You could do a multi-sport entry on PrizePicks. They allow that. It's pretty dope. So you could choose anywhere from 2 to 4, 6. 2, 4, or 6 of your favorite athletes and win up to 25 times your money. All you got to do is go 6 for 6, baby. And then you turn that, $5 into $125. You turn that $20 into $500. Whatever you want to risk, that's up to you. But make your first deposit. Use code Curry if you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, and they'll match you dollar for dollar all the way up to $100. So that's a 100% instant deposit match. Use the link down in the description of today's video if you're not playing on PrizePicks yet and you'd like to get started. Appreciate everybody who is here with me today. It's a big day in the NBA. The association's got, 13 games, I think, on the slate tonight. 13 NBA games. So you know that Curry's Kitchen is going to be cooking tonight for you Dub Club members out there. So if you guys are not a part of the Dub Club yet, it's a good time for you to get your butt in there. Go ahead and get your butt in there if you're not in there yet. Just $20 a month. I think it gives you like a 3-day free trial. 67 cents per day from there on out. Last couple days have been kind of rocky, been kind of shaky. You know, I get up here on this camera and I stand before you as a humbled man, as an honest, transparent man. Not all nights are great nights, got to be honest. But the last couple nights, they've been a little bit up and down, a little bit hit or miss. But I still see people profiting in the Dub Club, despite the fact that it's been a little rocky the last couple nights. Told you guys yesterday when I got up here on this camera, this microphone, that yesterday was looking like kind of a rough day, and it was pretty much what I expected. Not a great day, but that was yesterday. Different month. Today is a new day and a new month, and there's new money to be made, and that's what we're here to do, my friends. So join the Dub Club if you're interested. There's a link down in the description of today's video, or to make it easy on you, check the link that I just dropped in the live chat. You can join hundreds of other like-minded individuals who are coming together, celebrating sports, coming together, trying to win an extra few bucks here and there over on PrizePicks. I mean, you win one $10 two-pick power play, and Dub Club is paid for, and you're free rolling for the rest of the month. So you have an entire month to win one $10 two-pick power on PrizePicks. That would net you $20 in profit, which would then cover your Dub Club membership. It's pretty damn cheap. It's pretty easy to do. All right, so if you want a free Dub Club membership, just hit a $10 two-pick power play, just one, in the course of an entire month. And then Dub Club pays for itself. I mean, I don't know how much easier to make it for you guys. We're literally giving away Dub Club memberships. I mean, one $10 two-pick power play. Can you not get that done? I think you can get that done. Any given night, you can get that done. Anyway, let's roll it over to the chat. I see a lot of folks in here already. Over 105 of you watching. Thanks for joining me this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Maybe it's a replay and you're part of the hashtag replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. We're up to 10,680 subscribers. Nice, consistent growth. If you're seeing this face for the very first time, make sure you've hit the subscribe button. Definitely slap the like button. We set a new record for the NBA season for likes on yesterday's live stream. We're trying to set new records and break new records daily here. I can't do it without your support, your help. So hit the like button. Don't sit on your hands. Don't twiddle your thumbs. Use those thumbs to smash the like button for your boy. Okay? Roy, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button. Chris says, big slate, big dubs. Let's get it. Jimmy Green says he's smashed that like button already. I appreciate you, Jimmy. You're a real one, man. You're a ride or die. You're a true supporter. I appreciate you. Michael says, what's up, gang? Finally able to catch a live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your longtime support in what was Patreon, what is now Dub Club. I appreciate you being around. Kelly, what's up? That's my sister, y'all. Shout out to my sister, Kelly. Wesley says, we live, you flex, I flex back. I just got to, man. That's the way that the game's played. Everyday Fantasy says, what it do, my good people? Today is our day. Dub Club, stand up. Yes, salute to you, man. That's our guy, Don P. Man's in the building. Let's get it. Research Prevail says he loves Wednesdays. I like Wednesdays too. You know, you're at that hump. You're at that hump in the middle of the week. We're going to get over that hump, get you guys into the weekend with some money in your pocket, some extra money in your pocket. Shout out to RVJ478. Chris Raptor says, happy hump day. Back at you, my friend. No Limit Chino is in the building. Let's get to the cheddar, man. I told you, you flex at me. I got to flex back at you. Anthony Ruiz says he's first. Not quite, buddy. You're like 20th. Nice try. Gutta 59, let's go. Smash that like button. Appreciate you reminding the folks what to do. Ricky Carroll says, missed y'all yesterday, but I swept the board, so I'm good. Damn, you swept the board? Okay, I see you, Ricky. Shout out to Ricky. Ricky's got the money. Let me hold something, Ricky. Let me hold something if you got a little something extra on me. Isaac Gonzalez is already spitting out plays. Walker Kessler over 8.5 rebounds. Yeah, we'll look at that one. We could explore. We're going to definitely explore. We're going to try to make at least one solid 6 pick. The last time we tried to make a 6 pick, we went 5 for 6. Let's try to get a 6 for 6, man. I've come so close. I've had 4 or 5 slips over the last week that have been 1 pick short of that elusive 25x. I need that in my life. I need that 25x payday. Pat's in the building. Dante's here. Huncho's here. Doc Jones is ready to win some money. Throwback says it's been 4 years that he's been a part of our community and the premium. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Trey Prince says second. No, you ain't second, Trey Prince. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Anyway, all right, let's get down to business now that we've got over 100 people in here. You know, you guys are anticipating, you guys are patiently waiting what we have in store for today's NBA slate, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. What I will tell you is this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of injury news that is pending tonight. A lot of folks that are questionable, that are big names. A lot of folks that are to be determined, that are big names. Whew. Let's go over it real quick. Let's run through this long list. I posted this already this morning for Dub Club members. We're looking at it now together live here on YouTube. Trae Young dealing with an Achilles issue. He is questionable. So obviously Trae Young, a big piece of injury news. Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers dealing with an ankle issue. He is questionable. Kyrie Irving dealing with a foot injury is questionable for Dallas. Huge names here. I mean, these are not just role players. These are key players, superstar players for each of these teams. You got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who just played last night against the Orlando Magic. They are both listed as TBDs, to be determined. Injury management. James Harden's also on this list. I don't think that trade has been finalized yet with the Clippers, but he's going to have to get conditioned. He's not conditioned yet, so he's out tonight. We don't expect him to play for the Clippers just yet. Zach LaVine with a back issue. He's probable. That's good news. Jimmy Butler, knee issue, questionable. Of course, the other night when Jimmy Butler was discounted, unfortunately, that knee issue kept Jimmy on the bench more than we all would have liked. We all wanted him to go over 16.5 points, but I guess that knee flared up and he ended up sitting. And tonight he might sit again, might miss the entire game tonight. Bam Adebayo dealing with a hip issue is probable, so we're going to see Bam, but we're not sure if we're going to see Jimmy. Brandon Ingram is dealing with a knee issue. He is considered to be questionable tonight. That's a big one for the New Orleans Pelicans. Darius Garland, hamstring, did not play last night against the Knicks. They are on a back-to-back, the Cleveland Cavaliers having played just last night. His status is to be determined. Jalen Duren, the big man for the Detroit Pistons, is questionable with an ankle. Spencer Dinwiddie is doubtful with an ankle. We saw him get hurt in the first half. He ended up being a rebooted pick over on PrizePicks. So Dinwiddie dealing with some kind of ankle issue is considered doubtful tonight. Jared Allen still probably out tonight. Did not play last night against New York. He is to be determined, still dealing with an ankle issue. Benedict Mathurin, we already talked about Tyrese Halliburton being questionable. Benedict Mathurin is also questionable, dealing with an elbow issue. Then you've got Klay Thompson, who is probable with a knee situation. Jaden McDaniels with a calf is probable. And then you got Daniel Gafford of the Washington Wizards, who is questionable. So listen, big names on here, guys. Klay Thompson's going to play, but you got Benedict Mathurin, Tyrese Halliburton for Indiana, possibly out. Jared Allen, Darius Garland, possibly out again for Cleveland. Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be out for Brooklyn. Jalen Duren for Detroit, questionable. Brandon Ingram, questionable. Bam Adebayo is going to play, but Jimmy Butler, we don't know yet. Looks like Zach LaVine's good. Harden, George, Leonard, all out for the Clippers. Kyrie Irving may not play. Trae Young may not play. So, guys, that's what we have to deal with today. I'm excited that there's 13 games, but I'm also a little bit upset that there are so many injuries that could possibly shake things up, you know? But we got to get it out there, you know what I mean? We got to share this type of information with you guys before you start putting your entries in, because you don't want to get anything in too early, and then these injury situations end up ruining your entries. You know, you take an under on a guy, and then one of his teammates ends up being ruled out, and then he goes over everything because there's more usage, he gets more shots, etc. So we got to definitely consider that. Brad says hit the like button. Thank you, Brad, for reminding everyone to hit the like button. We're at 51 already, though. 154 of you watching, 51 likes already. Love it. You guys are already doing the Lord's work, and for that, I appreciate you. All right, we got the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer pulled up. Game-changing tool right here. Why is that? Why is it a game-changing tool? Because for a site like PrizePicks, or maybe you play on Underdog, Parlay, Play, Boom, Fliff, Hot Streak, Jock Market, Sleeper, Thrive, Vivid, it supports all these different sites, no matter which site you play on. If you play on one of those sites, you're probably going to want to get your hands on this tool, because this tool helps you identify the value before the lines get bumped up, bumped down, or in some cases completely removed off the PrizePicks board. So this tool right here, game changer. You can take it for a spin. There's a link down in the description of today's video. Use code Curry when you sign up, and I think you could save a few bucks on there as well. So check it out. Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. All right. Gabe Vincent's now doubtful. There you go. There you go. Gabe Vincent also doubtful. Interesting. All right, more news continuing to be pushed out, man. It's going to be a wild night. It's going to be up to us to kind of adjust, right, and be nimble and be agile and react to the news accordingly right around that 6 o'clock hour Eastern time, you know, when that news really starts to roll out. But let's take a look at some of these real quick. And I also want to show you another feature of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. They have this thing called the Correlation tool. The correlation tool, apparently, the performance as of August 18th of this year up until now, if you've used the correlation tool, the performance of the correlation tool, it's up over 420 units. 420 units, this correlation tool, one of the other tools provided by the Daily Grind Fantasy folks over there. So that's pretty big. Right now, there are a number of different NBA, correlated NBA slips out here. It automatically generates these for you. So we could take a look at some of these if you want. Let's look at the top one, the top option. You're getting a 98.4% profit margin with this correlated entry here. You're getting a correlation score of 75.97%, okay? So that's basically just a scale, a metric of how correlated this particular six-pick entry is. And so you can see what they've got in here, right? Xavier Tillman of the Grizzlies over 10.5 points. Desmond Bane of the Grizzlies at over 4.5 assists. Jaren Jackson Jr. at under 8 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz over 5 assists. Walker Kessler over 9.5 points. And then you got THT, Talen Horton Tucker, for less than 3.5 rebounds. So this is the top correlated slip. Now, if you guys want to just go ahead and enter this in, this is a freebie. This tool right here, I think normally runs about, is it $200 a month? I might have my pricing wrong, but it's a pretty expensive tool to get your hands on. But as you can see, when it's up over 400 units year to date, since its inception, it will pay for itself. A tool like this will pay for itself. So again, if you want to check this out, I've left a link down in the description below, and you can use code Curry when you get signed up. But let's take a look at this correlated slip here. Starting with this Xavier Tillman play at 10.5 points. The over is looking like the way to go. So we're going to gonna put some projections to this correlated slip here and see if we should be rocking with it or not rocking with it, right? Just another layer of, we'll call it research that you can kind of put into play here. But taking a look at Xavier Tillman, he is projected for 12.1 points. So the over on 10.5 points is not an awful look. Not an awful look, okay? So that was one of the picks on that correlated entry, right? Xavier Tillman over 10.5 points. So you got him projected for 12.1 points here on Fantasy Labs. Check another projection if you want. 13 projected points for Xavier Tillman going up against Utah. So 2 for 2 so far. 2 really nice, juicy overs on Xavier Tillman's points. Checking out Numberfire. Numberfire's got him at 10.9 points. So you got 3 different projection sites that say, hey, taking Xavier Tillman over 10.5 points looks like a pretty good move. So let's do something here. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it easier on your mobile devices and whatever type of screen you're looking at. Let's go over to Xavier Tillman at 10.5 points. That would be a more, right? Based on some projections that we're seeing, based on the fact that the correlation tool provided by Daily Grind Fantasy says take the over. And then you've got Desmond Bane, his teammate, at over 4.5 assists. Let's check that one out together. And this might end up being, you know, a winning, profitable entry here. He's projected, Desmond Bane, for 5.3 dimes. He's at 4.5 on PrizePicks, so that's an over. Taking a look at a second one here, 5.3 again over on RotoWire. So 2 for 2, 2 projected overs for Desmond Bane. And here you've got him at 4.9 dimes. So 3 for 3, 3 different projection models that I use daily, that I know, that I trust, that I love. They all have Desmond Bane for more than 4.5 assists. So you can come over here, find Bane, easy peasy. Just click his name, click more on PrizePicks, and there you go. You got 2 picks already, both Memphis. So we need to add some picks from the other side of this game here, which, you know, are the Utah Jazz players. But let's first look at Jaren Jackson Jr. Now this one, we're looking at taking the less or under option on Jaren Jackson Jr. at 8 boards. So run the projections. We will, don't you worry. 8.8 projected rebounds. That's a tad bit high. It's a tad high, not as low as we were hoping. We were hoping for something projected under 8, right? This projection, 9.22, once again has Jackson Jr. for more than 8 rebounds. So that one's going to look a little dicey. 8.2 boards on the last projection. So he's at 8.2 all the way up to, what, 9.2 did I say, rebounds? So if you wanted to skip that one and maybe add a pick of your own, you could skip that one. That one's looking a little sus. Jordan Clarkson's assists now on the Utah side of things. He's at 5 on PrizePicks. The move looks to be the over. They want us to take the over on this correlated entry here. So let's check that out real quick. First, looking at Clarkson on Fantasy Labs, where he's projected for 5.1. So you might be in a push or tie situation with Clarkson's assists tonight. He might land on exactly 5 dimes. Taking a look at a second projection for Jordan Clarkson at 5 assists, 4.61. That is closer to 5 than it is 4 dimes on that projection. So again, looking like it could set up for one of those tie or push plays, which would revert your entry from like a 6 pick down to a 5 or from a 5 down to a 4. You kind of get the drift for those who have played on PrizePicks before. When you tie or push, it's like the pick didn't even happen. And your 6 pick goes down to a 5, 5 to a 4, 4 to a 3, et cetera, et cetera. But here's another projection for Clarkson, 4.9 dimes. 4.9 dimes. So if you play Jordan Clarkson over 5.5 assists, do not be surprised if Clarkson ends up with exactly 5 assists. But the over would probably be the play based on what we're seeing on the correlation tool. What about these other ones? We got Walker Kessler over 9.5 points. Talen Horton-Tucker under 3.5 rebounds. So let's check those out real quick, and we'll wrap up this look here, this first look here at the correlation tool, and then we'll look at some other plus EV picks that are popping up here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. All right. So Kessler over 9.5 points. We're looking for any kind of projection that we can find that would suggest he's scoring 10 or more tonight. And the first one looks good, 10.1 on a line of 9.5. Second projection, 12. Oh, nope. JK. 9.8, we'll call it. Slightly over 9.5, real close to that 10 number that we're looking for. And then the third projection for Walker Kessler, 7.9 points. So we'll say that 2 out of the 3 projections for Kessler tonight have him right around 10 points. Right around 10. All right, so you can add him to your entry as well. Yeah, the search function's still a little funked up, isn't it, Trill Fate? I've noticed that too. Has not been patched yet. And maybe it won't be. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they have changed it on purpose to, I don't know, make it harder for you to find what you're looking for. I would hope not, you know, but you never know. You never know what their intentions are. Anyway, Walker Kessler over 9.5 points. He makes the cut. But if you wanted to leave him out, I mean, I don't know that I like him as much as I like, let's say, Desmond Bain or Xavier Tillman. We looked at both of those. Those both look good. And then we'll wrap this up here with Taylon Horton-Tucker. He was the last leg of this 6-pick flex entry. He was at 3.5 rebounds, and the correlation tool saying, hey, take the under on Taylon Horton-Tucker. Bet against this man getting 4 rebounds tonight. Let's see if they have a point with that. The models say 4.1 on the first one. First projection's 4.1 board, so that's not less than 3.5. Second projection has him at 4.3. Again, that's not less than 3.5. So I'm not loving the Taylon Horton-Tucker play so far. And then he's at 3.8 boards on the last projection model. So you got 3 different projection models that say Taylon Horton-Tucker is going to be closer to 4 or more rebounds tonight. So if you wanted to leave him off of this, you could leave him off of this as well. So out of these 6 picks, I mean, the ones that are looking the best would probably be these 4. Now, you could add a 5th pick to it, a 6th pick to it if you wish. You could play all 6 right off the correlation tool and just kind of see how it goes. Experiment with it. Maybe the projection models are wrong and Jaren Jackson Jr. stays at 8 or fewer rebounds. Maybe Taylon Horton-Tucker does not find 4 rebounds and the projection models are wrong there too. I mean, projections can be wrong. They have been wrong in the past. We've seen it. But this is the correlation tool. I just wanted to show this off to you guys. Just another tool that the Daily Grind Fantasy crew has put together for us. It literally spits out these correlated slips for you. I mean, it's like you don't even have to think about it. You just come to this correlation page and you click on the game and it's popping out these same game 6-pick parlays for you on a site like PrizePicks or different sites as well. So PrizePicks is one. They also support Boom, Jock, Parlay, and Underdog Fantasy, and it works for CSGO, college football, NFL, and soccer. So pretty cool little thing. But yeah, over 420, I should say, units of profit to date since August 18th from what it looks like here. So the correlation tool performance, you're not going to win every day using it, but over the long haul, which is really what matters. We're in this for the long haul. We're not in it to make quick money. We want to be profitable over the long run, right? Over the long run, this tool has really shined. So check it out. Check it out. Link down in the description below. But anyway, let's get over to the optimizer here. There's a lot of fantasy score options that are popping up here. What I like to do is I like to go to stat type. And I like to take fantasy score out. I think it's just, I don't know. I just leave them out. I'd rather look at the single stat player projections, personally speaking. But so let's do that. Let's get rid of fantasy score and let's start looking at some of these lines. We already talked about Desmond Bain's assists at, what was it, 4.5? Well, the rebounds and assists are also looking like a nice play at 9.5 rebounds and assists. This one has a 54% chance of going over for you. So let's take a look. He's projected for 11.1 rebounds and assists. So you could take the assists or you could take the rebounds and assists for Desmond Bain. Both of them looking pretty damn good so far, if I do say so myself. He's projected for nearly 12 rebounds and assists over here on RotoWire. Taking a look at another site that I like to use that has some pretty good projections. In this case, this is LineStar. Some of you familiar with LineStar. They've got him at just 8.2 rebounds and assists, so a little underweight on Desmond Bain. for that statistical category of rebounds and assists. And then the last one here, the last one I'll bust out the calculator for. This is number fire again, 5.7 boards plus another 4.9 dimes leads you to 10.6 projected rebounds and assists for Baines. So Baines looking pretty good. I'm gonna clear out Clarkson and Kessler. If you want to go Baines assist, I don't see a problem with it. But the one that looks even better is his rebounds and assists right here. It's just the higher of the two in terms of it being a plus EV play, it being a higher percentage, higher chance of hitting for you. So either one is good. If this gets bumped up to 10, well then just pivot over to the assists at 4.5. But the more on either one of these Desmond Bane plays is looking like good money. So we'll take out the assists. We'll just sit on the 9.5 rebounds and assists at this time. Okay? But either one. Let's keep looking. We got a lot of steals, turnovers, blocks, and steals. I don't really dabble in those blocks and steals and turnover categories too much. I tend to avoid them. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to these different categories. So let's look at Steph Curry. He's at 4.5 rebounds today. Almost a 54% chance of him pulling in at least 5 boards. Dinwiddie officially out. Okay, we kind of saw that one coming. Rui Hachimura, though, being out. So you got Rui Hachimura out for LA, plus some of you guys said Gabe Vincent's questionable tonight. So I don't know what the Lakers are doing here. Are they all hurt? I don't know. Can you show us the full 6-man real quick? I'm at work. What full 6-man are you talking about? Are you talking about this, the correlated play we were talking about? One more time for those of you who missed it. That's the full 6 play, the top correlated entry on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Well, Daily Grind Fantasy correlation tool. One more time, okay? And again, out of these, it looked like Tillman over points, Bane over assists, and maybe Clarkson and Kessler over assists and points looked like probably the best 4 out of that 6 pick. But hey, they could all hit. Anything could happen, right? So if you want to throw a little something on it, see how it goes, take a screenshot, throw something on it, okay? Anyway, let's continue to dig through the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Here's another one. So we looked at Jordan Clarkson for his assists. His assists looked like a push play. Sitting at 5 dimes tonight, it looked like, based on the projections, that 5 was going to be kind of the number that he landed on. So we got Curry over 4.5 rebounds. We got Clarkson over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Let's check out both of them real quick. We'll start with Clarkson since we already kind of have that pulled up, that category. Here he is projected for 9.2 rebounds and assists on his line of 8.5. So if you want to pick that won't push like Clarkson's assists, you could pivot over to his rebounds and assists, which are sitting at 8.5. And then you don't have to worry about it tying and your entry getting reverted down, which is kind of frustrating and annoying sometimes, right? I don't like when my entry goes from 6 to 5, from 5 to 4, and so on. I don't like that. I like clean wins, clean losses. Either the guy's got it or he doesn't have it that night, right? And in this case, hopefully Clarkson's got it when it comes to rebounds and assists. 9.2 is the first projection for you. Very solid. I'm not mad at that at all. Second projection for Clarkson on the rebounds and assists, 8.9, very close to that 9 that we want him to get tonight, 9 or better. That is more than 8.5. And then heading over to Line Star. Line Star kind of underweight on most things. Jordan Clarkson, they have him right at 8.4, very close to that 8.5 marker. And then we'll just peep Number Fire real quick. Number Fire's got him at 4 rebounds plus another 4.9 assists, putting him at 8.9, almost 9 there. So I think Clarkson's rebounds and assists, again, looks pretty good. If you don't want to take the assists, being that they could tie or push on you, well, then go rebounds and assists for Clarkson. And take that for more than 8.5. Here you go. Boom. Plus EV play, checking out on most of these projection models. The majority of the models have Clarkson collecting 9 or more rebounds and assists. There's another one. There's another one for you guys. 71 likes, 195 viewers. Come on, baby. We set a record yesterday for likes. Let's try to set a new record. I think we went for 177 likes on yesterday's live show. We got a big NBA slate tonight. I think we could get way more than 177. I'm even thinking that we could shoot for 200 likes today with all the action that we have on deck. So there's 3 solid ones from the same game, unintentional, but from the same game, from Memphis and Utah. You've got these 3 boys right here, all over or more. Tillman over 10.5 points, Bane over 9.5 rebounds and assists, and Clarkson over 8.5 rebounds and assists. You can take this as a same game, or you can break it up and put your own picks with it, make some 2-pick power plays, however you see fit. Get creative, get crazy with it. Let's refresh the optimizer and see if anything new has popped up here. Again, skipping over some of these funky categories like blocks and steals and turnovers and steals. Those are just too unpredictable for me, so I avoid those markets. Here's one, Ben Simmons at 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, this is interesting to me because Spencer Dinwiddie is out tonight for Brooklyn, right? But even with Dinwiddie out, the way that the juice is flowing on these sports books right now for Ben Simmons, it looks like the under is going to be the way to go here. So let's run some projections for Big Ben here. 54% chance that he has 26 or fewer points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to refresh these tools because with news coming out, these projection models do update. They will change. The projection now probably won't be the same projection that you see around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. as we head toward tip-off, right? So it's important that you keep that in mind, that if you're using any projection sites, any projection tools, that you keep those refreshed because things are always changing in that regard. So Ben Simmons is at 26.7 projected PRA, so that's more than his line on PrizePicks. Taking a look at Ben Simmons here on RotoWire, they've got him at 28.1 points, rebounds, and assists. So I'm just going to leave this one alone. The fact that Dinwiddie's out and Simmons is projecting so high, I'm good. He can stay right there. I'm not going to take the under on Ben Simmons at 26.5. If you want to take it, take it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep looking. Let's get past some of these blocks and steals. We already looked at Clarkson. Curry was the other one at 4.5 rebounds that we needed to check into, right? Steph Curry for 5 rebounds tonight. 5.2 projected rebounds on this first one. Good projection. We want 5 or better when we go look into these, right? Second projection for Curry on just the rebounds, 5.9, so nearly 6 boards as a projection for him on RotoWire. Love to see that. Let's take a look at LionStar. LionStar's got him at 5.3 boards. Again, that's 3 out of 3 projection models that have Curry collecting more than 4.5 rebounds. And then the final projection, 5.9 boards, nearly 6 rebounds. So that one's looking good too. So we could go find Curry here, Steph Curry, not Seth Curry. Steph Curry for 4.5 boards going up against Sacramento and the Kings. More. That's what we got so far. 4-piece. 4-piece. We're looking for the 6-piece, right? So we got to keep going. Got to keep looking. Ken says, do you like Daily Grind Fantasy Outlier or Odds Jam better? I would say it depends on where you play. If you're playing mostly on like a site like PrizePicks or Underdog or some of these other DFS pick'em sites, the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is probably going to be your favorite tool, your best tool in that regard. I think the other ones, Odds Jam and Outlier, probably cater more towards people who have the ability to bet on online sports books, which is not everyone. Not everyone can do online sportsbook betting. So those who can't, I think this is the tool for you. Use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Cool. Did you recap yesterday's video? Ain't nobody got time for that. Recap yesterday's video? What we had, I think only made one pick and it did not work out. Zach Collins over rebounds did not hit. There's your recap. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. We talked about a lot of picks, and I told you guys yesterday, a lot did not look good. A lot did not look good. So, but no, we've moved on to today. But yeah, Zach Collins did not go over his rebound line. He did go over his PRA line, which I sent to Dub Club members, and a lot of people took that. A lot of people hit with that one. But yeah, yesterday was a shit show. So if you watched the whole show yesterday, you would know that there wasn't a whole lot that I really liked. There was only like one pick that I took, and it was, unfortunately, it was Zach Collins over rebounds. That did not go the way we wanted it to go. But Zach LaVine, speaking of Zach's, under 7.5 rebounds and assists, 53.7% chance that LaVine, who's been reported to be probable tonight, dealing with the back issue, but he's going to play from what it seems. The under is the option. The under. Yeah, I mean, we could recap yesterday. We want to play the whole damn hour and a half stream back, and no, we're not doing that. I'd rather focus on like winning today on this 13 game NBA slate, but you're free to like go hit the replay and go through an hour and a half of old content that doesn't matter anymore. I'm not going to do that, though. We got bigger fish to fry here, folks. Zach LaVine is projected for more than 7.5 rebounds and assists. So that's not what we wanted to see. Not when the optimizer says take the under, and he's projecting for over that. We don't want to see that. Second projection for Zach LaVine, 8.51. Okay, that's 2 out of 2 that have him going over 7.5. So to the streets. To the streets you go, Zach LaVine. We ain't doing that. Looking at Mikal Bridges. He is under 8 rebounds and assists. That could be another option for you. I will not take that option. I don't want any picks that tie or push. Just not my jam. If you like ties or pushes, then take Mikal Bridges under 8 rebounds and assists, but not for me. Lou Dort under 4.5 rebounds. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Lou Dort. We're looking for some projections for him for less than 4.5 rebounds. 53.6% chance of him going under 5 boards. So again, we'll run it up and see what Lou Dort's looking like. He's projected for 5. No, Lou. No, Lou. That's not what we wanted to see, Lou. Lou's also projected for 5.6 rebounds here. So, yep, Lou, you stay right there where you're at. We're not going to put you in our entry either. Kevon Looney of the Golden State Warriors, points, rebounds, and assists, 22.5 PRA, 53.6% chance that he goes under tonight. Research prevails, no. You son of a... No, I'm kidding. No. I'm not going back to 2 years ago and recapping that video. But there's probably a video out there. You guys can, whip out your journals and write down what happened, what we talked about, and I don't know, maybe you could start a whole, Twitter page or something and, recap for me. That would be awesome. I'm not paying you for it. You're doing it out of your own curiosity and free will, but no. Kevon Looney under 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We're looking for 22 or less. Let's go look. Looney, Golden State Warriors big man. He's had some pretty good games in recent memory, but 19.7 against the Kings, and Domantas Sabonis, 19.7 is under, quite a bit under, in fact. So that's looking good for a first projection. Second projection for Kevon Looney, 20.7. So again, we've got 2 nice juicy unders on Looney so far. Let's see if we can find more Looney unders over here on LineStar. LineStar's got him at 18 points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, that's enough for me. That looks good enough for me. We go over here, we put Looney's name in. Come on, PrizePicks. Work with me, not against me. Work with me. All right, 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists less. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We need one more. Do we want one more? I think we want one more. We don't want to stop at 5, right? I think we could find one more. Let's refresh the Opti real quick. Maybe there's some fresh blood popping up. Oh, there is. LeBron James, 7.5 rebounds, 54.6% chance that he goes under 7.5 boards. Let's go check out King James real quick. Ooh, 8.7 rebounds. No, that's not what we want. No projection for LeBron James on RotoWire so far, so I don't know what they're waiting for. But let's check over here. They got another page that I reference. When I can't find them there, you kind of got to go searching. 8.2 projected rebounds on a line of 7.5. No, we're good. We're good, LeBron. You stay right there. Stay right there. What else? Desmond Bane, we already talked about. Not doing blocks and steals. Not me personally. Ben Simmons, under 8.5 assists. About a 54% chance that he goes under 8.5 dimes. Again, Dinwiddie's out for those of you who are just joining me here. The 214 people, 96 likes. Run it up, brother. We're looking for 8 or less on Ben Simmons and these dimes. So let's go check it out. Damn, he's projected for 9.2. Well, that's discouraging. Discouraging to say the least. 7.5 over here on RotoWire though. So that's got him going under. That's better. Over here on LineStar, they got him at 8.6. That's just a slight little bitty bit over 8.5. And then he's at 6.6 assists going up against Miami tonight. I think we could do better than that. Let's leave him right where he's at. Let's keep looking. As soon as we build out our first 6 pick, I'll get to the super chats. I saw Last in Limbo left a couple super chats or at least one super chat for me. So if you guys have questions or anything, hold your questions for just a minute. If there's any picks, props, or plays that you want me to take a look at for you, I can't guarantee I'll look at them all, but those who leave super chats, I will guarantee you that I will look at yours for sure. But I'll try to get to as many questions as possible. But let's find one more pick to cap this 6 pick off. How about Aaron Gordon under 5.5 rebounds? Gordon under 5.5 boards. Interesting. Let's go see how that's looking. AG, Denver Nuggets forward. Of course, he's projected for 6.2. That's obviously more than 5.5. He's also projected for 7.93. So maybe if you play on a sports book, you take the over on Aaron Gordon at 5.5 rebounds at plus odds, it looks like. So, for PrizePicks purposes, you probably don't want to take the under here. No, I would bet the over on Aaron Gordon just based on the projections anyway. But let's keep looking. Cam Thomas, who's been pretty damn hot lately, right? He's at 29.5 points and rebounds, 53.5% chance that he's going under tonight. Let's check out Cam Thomas. 27.9. First projection's good one. First projection is an under. Second projection has Cam at 28.2. So it's pretty close, but still under at 29.5 on PrizePicks. Cam Thomas here on LineStar, they've got him up at 31.3, which is the first projection that has him actually going over tonight. And then Thomas on Number Fire, they've got him at 20.4 points plus another 3.7 boards, so 24.1, which is a far cry from his line at 29.5 points and rebounds. So you got 3 out of 4 projection models that have Cam Thomas going under 29.5 points and rebounds today. So you could put Cam in there. Honestly, I don't want to wake the beast or anything, but I'm surprised that none of these have been bumped yet. Now, I might have just jinxed us, but I'm surprised that none of these have been bumped yet. Xavier Tillman over points, Desmond Bane over rebounds and assists, Jordan Clarkson over rebounds and assists, Steph Curry over rebounds, Kevon Looney under 22.5 points, rebounds and assists, and Cam Thomas under 29.5 points and rebounds. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, Cam Thomas has been balling. Are we sure we want to do that? Good point. We can keep looking. Maybe we find an alternative here for Cam. Keegan Murray at 6.5 rebounds. How about him for less than 6.5? It's looking like a good play. Let's check out Keegan. 5.7 boards. Okay, that puts him well under 7. 7 would crush us. We don't want him to get 7 rebounds tonight. Second projection's got him at 6.3, and that's also less less than 6.5. His rebounds are at 7.8 on Line Star, but he's at just 5.5 rebounds over here on Number Fire. All right, so let's kick Cam out. We'll kick Cam out, and we'll put Keegan Murray in. You're going to have a lot of rebounders in that game, right? Got Sabonis. I don't think Sabonis was on our injured list watch, was he? I don't think we had any Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox is out, but outside of De'Aaron Fox, I don't think anybody else was real impactful. But yeah, anyway, you're going to have, Kevon Looney, good rebounder. Domantas Sabonis, good rebounder. Wiggins has been known to get on some rebounds at times. We're liking Curry to go over 4.5 boards. So you're saying Keegan Murray is juiced for the over? You sure about that? It's saying under here. Just double check that. You're saying he's juiced for the over. Just double check that. Let me look here on, no, he's juiced to the under, not to the over. I'm just double checking a different tool, different site. DraftKings Sportsbook, he's juiced down at -140 under 6.5, -130 under 6.5, -125 under 6.5, and -140 under 6.5 boards. He's juiced under, not over. Chan, I hear you, bro. He's hit in multiple games. Maybe he hits again tonight. But, you got to take everything in a vacuum. Just because he did it, last night doesn't mean he's going to do it tonight in this matchup. Styles make fights. You've heard that term. It's a little different. I don't know what you're talking about with Keegan Murray, but I am not seeing any sports books that have Keegan Murray. Even if you look here on the Daily Grind optimizer for Keegan Murray's rebounds, -142 under on Pinnacle. -130, 140, 125, 120. It's juiced under everywhere. The true odds of it hitting are -134 under. So I'm not quite sure where you're seeing that he is juiced over. I'm not seeing that anywhere. Maybe you're looking at something a little sideways, a little funky. But definitely under. So I'll throw Keegan Murray in there for less than 6.5 rebounds to complete this 6-pick entry so I can start getting to your questions. For me, I'll put $20 on it. 20 to win 500. Always a good little solid number. Here's the first 6, though. The first 6. Take them, fade them. If you don't want them, that's cool. Let me see. Will it actually let me share this with you guys? Let me see if I could copy a link and throw it in the chat. I don't think it makes it a hyperlink. Oh, it says error. Try again. Sorry, I tried to copy and paste that link for you guys, but it's not letting me do it for whatever reason. Yeah. Keegan Murray's definitely juiced under 6.5 boards. He's going to get bumped down to 6 probably, I would say. But yeah, don't feel pressured to take the 6th pick. If you only like maybe 1 or 2 of these picks, then make it a 2 pick. Or take your favorite pick and place it alongside of the one that you like the most out of these 6. All right, yeah, I'll post the link for you guys in Discord. Those of you who are Dub Club members, Discord members, I'm gonna just drop this in the NBA chat for you guys to make it easy for you to tail. There you go. Let me tag everybody who's a Dub Club member, and then you guys can easily tail that. Live YouTube slip for those who want it. Cool? So that's in the Discord. That's in the Dub Club. I wish I could like share it here in the live chat on YouTube, but I don't know. YouTube's hating. They just like shut me down. They wouldn't let me post it. So yeah, take any of these that you like. You know, I'm taking obviously all 6 of them, but y'all do what you want to do with it. We'll clear those out and we'll start taking some of your questions. Appreciate all the questions, all the super chats that have come in. Looking first at this one from Last in Limbo, who is liking Drew Holiday. Boy, the Boston Celtics really screwed me the other night. They put an ass whooping on the Washington Wizards, and a lot of these Boston plays, I had a lot of overs on a lot of these Boston Celtics guys, and they did not come through for us. But here we are. We're back. We're going back to Boston. This is probably going to turn out to be another blowout situation. Look at these player squares. Look at these. Derek White's got the slim square. Kobe White's got the big body square. What is going on with PrizePicks right now? You got this little funky string of text for the PRA. I don't know what's happening. You got some app issues for sure, and it's resetting my search results. But you're liking Drew Holiday. Last in Limbo's liking Drew Holiday for more than 20.5 points and assists. Derek White for more than 3.5 rebounds. I would just say be careful with this team. Be careful with them. It seems like somebody new always steps up for the Boston Celtics. I mean, most of the time it's going to be Tatum and Brown, but you know, the other night it was Derek White who exploded, right? Had a huge game. And, you know, against a team like Indiana, who could be without Halliburton, who could be without Benedict Mathurin, it's going to be an ass whooping. They're going to get stomped by Boston. So you're probably looking at another potential blowout. So be careful with taking too many overs in this Boston-Indiana game. DeAndre Ayton was another one that Last in Limbo liked for more than 22.5 points and rebounds. Just trying to help you guys avoid potential pitfalls. These blowouts suck, man. And when you have too many players in a blowout type of game, especially too many players from a team like Boston that's pretty talented from 1 through 5 spot, right? Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis. Like, there's a lot of different guys that could eat in that starting 5. And I think it's going to be a different guy each and every night that could step up. But you're also liking Ayton over 22.5 points and rebounds. Tyus Jones for more than 18.5 points and assists. Where's he at? More than 18.5 points and assists versus the Hawks tonight. Hawks might be without Trae Young, so this might end up being a more competitive game if Trae Young decides, I don't feel like playing tonight against these Wizards. It could be a competitive game. But here's 4 picks that Last in Limbo is liking. Thank you for the super chats on these, by the way. So let's take a look at all of them. Starting with Drew Holiday going against Indiana. Again, the big news with Indiana, Halliburton questionable, Mathurin questionable, which would leave them pretty thin. It would be probably a pretty lopsided game if Halliburton and Mathurin can't play tonight. But nonetheless, Drew Holiday is at 20.5 points and assists. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go see if this is a plus EV play or not. Positive expected value is the name of the game. And in this case, at 20.5 points and assists, he's actually a plus EV play for the under at 20.5, not the over. So about a 52.5% chance that Drew Holiday stays under 21 points and assists. Kind of like not what you want to see, right? When you're thinking about taking the over. Most of the juice on this pick is probably either under at 20.5 based on what I'm seeing on these sports books, with maybe a slight over at 19.5 points and assists. But some of the books have him at 19.5, which is not good. It's not a good sign whenever you're thinking about taking the over at 20.5, but some of these sports books have him down at 19.5. You're paying more. And nobody that I know likes to pay more when they could pay less for the same thing, right? So let's look at the projections on Drew Holiday. But for a PrizePicks play, I would say, nah, you don't want to go here. But we're going to look at the projection models. Maybe you take them out on your favorite sports book. He is projecting, well, 24.2 points and assists. So on sites where you don't have fixed payouts like PrizePicks, it would make sense to take Drew Holiday over his points and assists line if you like what you're seeing on these projections. But on PrizePicks, you don't get paid anymore for like taking minus EV plays or going against the grain. So don't do that on PrizePicks. Do it somewhere else on a site that's going to give you a higher multiplier. Like Sleeper, I think, does that. I think Hot Streak does that. I think some of these other sports books, they do that too. But 24.2 is a very good projection. I will give you that. Second projection for Drew Holiday, 25.2 points and assists. Super high projections for Drew today. Now, he could go off. He could go for more than 20.5 points and assists. I mean, the models really love Drew. They seem to like him. Line Star's got him at just 16.4 points and assists. Now, I'll say that looks a little lightweight to me, unless it turns into a blowout. And the reason that it turns into a blowout is not because of Drew Holiday. Maybe it's because of Tatum and Brown going crazy. Maybe it's because of Derek White, Porzingis going crazy, and Drew kind of takes more of a back seat to those guys tonight. It could happen. Crazier things have happened. He is projected for 22.4 points and assists, though. So as far as taking this pick, I would not take it on PrizePicks, but if you can take it somewhere else, take it there. Now, if it goes down to 19.5 on PrizePicks, then I think we take it. I'm sure it would change the status in the optimizer from, being a plus EV play under 20.5. I think it would become a plus EV play over at 19.5 points and assists. But for these purposes, I'm going to say leave him alone. Don't touch that one. How about Derek White at 3.5 rebounds for more? Again, I'm taking a look at your super chats, guys. Thank you for those. They help. They go a long way with supporting the content here on YouTube. Supporting free content is clutch. I appreciate you guys. Derek White, his rebounds at 3.5, kind of almost like a 50-50, right? 49.6% chance that he goes under 3.5, 50.3% chance that he goes over 3.5. So you're just as well off pulling a coin out of your pocket and flipping it and deciding that way. Almost. That's what it's looking like. But a slight edge to the over at 3.5. So let's put some projections to this then. Being that the odds pulled from the sportsbook aren't really helping us in this decision, we can look at some projection models and maybe we just kind of lean on those on this pick. And now he is projected for 4.8 rebounds. He needs 4 boards or more. He's projected for 4.8. So this one's looking good right out of the gate. Good, strong first projection. Second projection for him, 4.5, a whole rebound higher than his line of 3.5. 2 for 2, very strong projections for Derek White. Taking a look at Line Star. Line Star's got him at just 3 rebounds. Not what you wanted to see there. But still 2 out of 3 sites agree that Derek White's going to pull in at least 4. And now it's 3 out of 4 sites agree that 4 or more rebounds for Derek White could be a good look. So out of Drew Holiday and Derek White, those 2 picks that you left me last in limbo, I would say that Derek White probably would get the nod or the edge for me. I'd rather take him over 3.5 rebounds. Based on what we looked at together. This isn't me guessing. I'm just going off of what we're looking at here on the screen, right? You're looking at it. I'm looking at it. I think Derek White looks like the better option. What else? We had a couple of other ones that you left for me. We'll leave Derek White in there. Maybe we start building a second 6 pick using some of these if they check out and look good. DeAndre Ayton going up against the Detroit Pistons. We talked about the Pistons. They could be without Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren, their talented big man in the middle, he is questionable. And if he's out, now the Pistons do have a number of different bodies that they could throw in there at the center position, including the likes of Isaiah Stewart, Marvin Bagley III. They've also got James Wiseman sitting on the bench. So a number of different guys that could just sub right in there for Jalen Duren. But I would say that DeAndre Ayton probably has the advantage over all those other guys I just named. Duren's a big, strong kid. He would probably give DeAndre Ayton problems, but I don't know that Isaiah Stewart, who's kind of undersized to play center, is going to give Ayton problems. I don't know that Marvin Bagley III is going to be able to give DeAndre Ayton a whole lot of issues. And I don't know about James Wiseman. There's a reason he's glued to the bench right now for the Pistons. So Ayton over 22.5 points and rebounds may not be that bad of a look. Let's go run the numbers on it, though. Who cares what I think? We make data-driven decisions. The numbers, that is what we go with. So in this case, 22.5 points and rebounds. right now, 50% chance that he goes under. So 50% chance he goes under, 50% chance that he goes over. So is it a plus EV play? No. Can't really check that box. It's another one of those 50-50 ones, similar to Derek White. But again, if the projections are kind of on your side and you lean on those, then maybe that could be the difference in your decision tonight. 21.7 is not high enough for me. That is a low projection on a line of 22.5. So not sexy. We're looking for 23 or more, right? We want to see big projections. 24.2 for DeAndre Ayton. 24.2. So that's a lot better. That instills a little bit more confidence for the over, wouldn't you say? 23.5 points and rebounds here on Line Star. And last but not least, taking a look over here at Number Fire. They got him at 12.6 points plus another 9.3 rebounds. So let's bust out the calculator so that we have good math here. 21.9, not quite enough points and rebounds for Ayton. So for me, to the streets, DeAndre Ayton, to the streets you go. Tyus Jones was your last play, Last in Limbo's last play. He's liking Tyus Jones for more than 18.5 points and assists. I don't think that there was any crazy injury news from the Washington Wizards side of things. Outside of Daniel Gafford, I believe all of their guards are going to be pretty much good to go. Like Jordan Poole's not out. Somebody like that would be a big one. But no, not that I'm seeing. Only Daniel Gafford listed for Washington. So Tyus Jones should be okay. Let's look him up. He is sitting at points and assists, you said, right? 18.5 points and assists, 50.5% chance of going under. So a slight edge to him going under 18.5 based on what we're seeing on these different sports books. So that's not good. I know you're thinking about taking the over, but that's not what you want to see, right? You were hoping for like 54% over, but you're not getting that in this case. So maybe the projections check out. Just because it's not a plus EV play doesn't mean we can't play it necessarily. If it's like a 50-50 and it's getting, you know, some love from the different projection models, I would say, cool, maybe you play it. In this case, he's projected for exactly 18.5 points and assists. So you're not really getting any kind of help or insight there based on that first projection. Second one's got him at 17.8. That is less than 18.5, my friends. He is at 20.8 points and assists on Line Star, so that's a big boy projection. That puts him over. And then the last one's got him at 12.8 plus another 6.2, so 19 points and assists for Tyus Jones, barely putting him over the 18.5 hump. Projections are just kind of all over the place for Tyus Jones tonight, so to the streets you go. But I do like that Derek White pick. Out of all the ones that you left last in limbo, I think he looks like maybe the one with the most upside, I guess. Now, we do have a couple of other super chats that have come in here. One from my guy, Everyday Fantasy. He's mentioning PJ. Go PJ. That's my PJ. You're liking the points, rebounds, and assists for more at 21.5. PJ Washington of the Hornets going up against Houston. Okay. All right, we'll look into that one. And then you're also liking Chet Holmgren for more than 5.5 dimes. Let's go see that one. 5.5 assists. Did you mean 5.5 rebounds, my friend? I'm going to assume you did, because I don't see him up here for assists unless they pulled it off the board. Clarify for me, though, Everyday Fantasy. Was it Holmgren rebounds at 5.5 or Holmgren assists at 5.5? And then Zion Williamson, Chris Day leaving one, liking Zion for under his points, rebounds, and assist line. Let's peep Zion Williamson's line here. Points, rebounds, assists at 35.5. He's liking the under there. Mr. Everyday Fantasy, you still with me? You still with me? Yeah, Asar Thompson has been rebounding really well. So if Jalen Duren's out, then yeah, Asar Thompson could definitely shoot up the list there for the rebound category, because he's been rebounding well with Jalen Duren in the mix. So Chris adding another one here, 2.5 for Nikola Vucevic. And I guess you're wanting to go over on that for Vooch. And then Dennis Schroeder over 12.5 points. All right, we got room for both of these actually. So let's throw them in here and look at them as well. Vucevic for more than 2.5 assists going up against Dallas. Probably be matched up with Derek Lively. Really talented young fella for the Mavs. They might have found their big man of the future. He's looking really good. And then Dennis Schroeder, you're liking him for more than 12.5 points. Bet. Cool. All right. So we know White is certified. But now we want to see if we can get these other guys certified here. Starting with PJ Washington. You know what we got to do? We got to go see if this is a plus EV play first and foremost. And the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is going to tell us whether or not it is. And in this case, we got 53.2% chance that PJ's going over tonight on the 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So yes, absolutely with confidence, plus EV play. Now 53% is not 100%, guys. No guarantees. If there were guarantees in this PrizePicks game that we play, then PrizePicks would be out of business by now. So you know, most of you are smart. You realize, hey, there's risk involved here. This says 53%, which is not 100%. There are no locks. There are no promises here. But based on what we see, he's a minus 158 betting favorite to go over on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book out there, at 21.5 PRA. Crazy juice for Washington on the over so far. So we can certify that one as a plus EV play, but can we look at some projections for PJ Washington? 24 is a huge projection on a 21.5 PRA line. So yes, that first projection, money. Second projection, 22.4, puts him over 21.5, a little bit more conservative of a projection, but still an over nonetheless. Line star, not loving PJ so much. They got him right at 20 points, rebounds, and assists, putting him under by just a tad. And then the last projection for PJ Washington, where's he at? Some sites use the periods in his PJ, some don't. But we got him here on Number Fire at 14.1 points, plus 4.8 rebounds, plus 2.3 dimes, putting him at 21.2, right around that 21.5 number. Right around it, but not over it. Close, but no cigar, my friends. No cigar on that one. You could play it. He's at 20 PRA being the low, 24 something being the high. That's kind of your range of outcomes. You could play it. We'll leave him in there. We'll leave him in there for now, unless we find something better. Chet Holmgren's 5.5 rebounds was another one that my guy Don P Everyday Fantasy's liking. So let's go peek that one real quick. Holmgren. See your front runner for Rookie of the Year? Y'all let me know. Is it Holmgren? Is it Victor Wembanyama? It definitely ain't Scoot Henderson to this point. I cannot vouch for Scoot. Scoot's got to get his act together. I thought with Anthony Simons going down with that injury, Scoot was going to step up and be the man, but Scoot's looking kind of rough, man. Scoot it and boot it for Rookie of the Year, man. He can go somewhere with that. I think it's going to be Holmgren or Victor Wembanyama. Personally, so far, those are my early candidates for Rookie of the Year. Holmgren, though, 52.4% chance of going over 5.5 boards. 52.4% chance of going 5.5 boards. Yeah, they'll probably definitely look at sort of the team record. I expect OKC to have the better team record. And that could be the difference between, like, Holmgren might not have as good of numbers as Wembanyama, but because he's on a winning team who might be a playoff team, for some voters, that might be kind of what pushes Holmgren to the top of the Rookie of the Year ladder. But 7.9 projected rebounds for Holmgren, almost 8. Gotta love what you're seeing on that one. Second projection for Chet. Chet's at 8.75. Big Big rebound projection there for him there. Line Star, they've got Chet at 6 boards. Okay, that's enough. I've seen enough. Certified. We'll leave him in there. Chet's looking good against New Orleans for more than 5.5 rebounds. Perfect. Let's move on to the next one then. Good pick on the Holmgren. I like the Holmgren more than I like the PJ Washington PRA. I think Holmgren looks really good. The models are loving Holmgren tonight to get on the glass. So Zion, 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's going up against Chet Holmgren and those Oklahoma City Thunder boys. But you're wanting to take the under at 35.5. So let's run the numbers on Zion. Let's see if Z-Man's going to show up tonight or not based on what they forecast him to do. Going down the list here, is it a plus EV play to go under at 35.5 PRA? It is not. Actually, slight edge for him to go over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. 50.6% chance that happens tonight. So Zion, not a plus EV play, but he could be a projection beast tonight. Let's go see. 34.7 is putting him under 35.5, so that's a good start. That's what you want to see. Second projection for Zion, points, rebounds, and assists, 31.7. That's a big one, man. Putting him under 35.5, that's a big under projection. So if you're thinking about taking the under on Williamson tonight on the PRA, you're getting a lot of support from these projection models. Third projection, Line Star, 30.7 PRA. Again, putting Zion well under 36 points, rebounds, and assists. And then the last projection for Zion, number fire in this regard here, 20.4 points plus 6.9 boards and another 4.2 dimes, puts him at 31.5, well under 35.5 PRA. So the projections are loving Zion to go under, but as James has pointed out, Brandon Ingram's a game time decision. We talked about that as one of the pieces of injury news that we need to stay on top of. So before you go clicking the under on Zion Williamson and his PRA, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let's see if Brandon Ingram is going to be in or out first. Now, if Brandon Ingram is out, you will not find me taking Zion Williamson for less than 35.5 PRA or anything else for that matter. Zion would likely absorb a lot of more shots, a lot more usage, maybe more rebounds, maybe more assists. So you got to wait, be patient. Brandon Ingram's news, really impactful for Zion Williamson, whether you decide to go over or under. I'm sure his projections would shoot up quite a bit if Ingram's out of there. So keep that in mind. All right. Listen, I gotta get on you guys. There's almost 200 of you watching. There's 118 likes. We got a little bit of work to do. I'm putting in the work. I want you to help me out. Put in a little work just by hitting the like button. That's it. Light work for you guys. Light work. Not big work, light work. All right. So we're holding off on Zion Williamson. That's the final verdict for me. We're not going there just yet. We're not clicking the under on Zion. Maybe if Ingram's in, then we revisit this and we take the under at 35.5. But at this juncture, knowing what we know right now, we cannot in confidence take him for less than 35.5 until we get some confirmation that Ingram is in. Which brings us to the next pick. Nikola Vucevic is sitting at 2.5 assists. 2.5 assists for Vucevic. He's going up against the Dallas Mavericks for what it's worth. The Bulls have come out pretty bad so far. Zach LaVine was on the injury report, but he is going to play. He's probable. He's nursing a back issue. Now, I normally don't take assist lines on a guy like a Vucevic. I mean, he'll get a couple usually, but he's not like a Jokic or a Sabonis where he's going to be up there at 7, 8, 9, 10 dimes. Let's just see if it checks out. We're going to do our homework here. We're going to do our due diligence. I'm putting in the work for you guys. I'm helping you navigate these rocky waters on PrizePicks. Is it a plus EV play? Absolutely. In fact, as far as all Nikola Vucevic plays are concerned, it is the most plus EV play on the board right now. 53.4% chance that Vuce gets at least 3 dimes tonight. So yes, check that off. Check that off. That is definitely a plus EV play. 53.4% chance. Not 100%. Not 100%. 53.4%. Okay. So now that we know that, we move forward here looking at some projections on his assists. 2.9, real close to that 3 number. The magic 3 is what we need. He is at 3.06 on RotoWire, putting him right at what we want, 3 or better. Taking a look on LineStar. LineStar's got him at 2.3. Not as high as we would hope, but we move forward armed with that information. And then the last projection for Nikola Vucevic, 3.1 dimes. So 3 out of 4 projection models, the majority, the overwhelming majority has Vucevic collecting at least 3 assists tonight. So for me, he stays. He will not get voted off of PrizePicks Island. He can stay. He can join his friends, Derek White over 3.5 rebounds, his friend PJ Washington. I got my eye on PJ Washington. He's on PrizePicks Island right now. I don't know if he's gonna survive. We might have to vote him off. MTV Challenge style. We got our eyes on him. He's out there politicking. He's looking a little sus, a little shady. We're raising the people's eyebrow at PJ Washington at that 21.5 PRA number. Yeah, he might have to get kicked out, man. He might not be trustworthy. But Chet Holmgren did look good, 5.5 boards. Vucevic looked good at 2.5 assists. Which brings us to Dennis Schroeder of the Toronto Raptors, 12.5 points. He's going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. 12.5. If you're thinking over, then you're hoping that when we go look here, that it is a plus EV play over, and you're hoping that you're going to get some nice projections to make you feel all warm and cozy on the inside about taking the over on Dennis Schroeder's points. Now, here's what I'll tell you. I do not see Dennis Schroeder's points at all here on the optimizer. No points. Now, I do see his PRA at 22.5 as an over. But I don't see just his points on their own. So I cannot answer whether or not it's a plus EV play just yet. Let's go look at some projections, though. Kind of inconclusive there, whether or not it's a plus EV play. It probably is a plus EV play because looking at this, they've got him at a minus 135 over 12.5 points on DraftKings. They got him as a minus 125 over 12.5 points on BetMGM. And then FanDuel's got him up at 13.5. PointsBet's got him up at 13.5. So you are getting value on Dennis Schroeder here at just 12.5. We're getting a little bit of a discount, in other words, on PrizePicks. Some of these sites and books have him at 13.5. We're getting him at 12.5, and he's projected for 14.1. So yes, plus EV play now confirmed, and he is projected for more than 12.5 points, also confirmed. 13.4 is his projection on RotoWire, and then we take a look at where he's at on LineStar. LineStar's got him all the way up at 14.2 points. 3 for 3 on projections over 12.5 points for Dennis Schroeder. And why not? Let's make it 4 for 4. 13 projected points for Schroeder on number 5. All the data seems to say Dennis Schroeder's going to get at least 13 points tonight going up against Milwaukee. So, hey, we got 4 solids. Again, we're keeping our eye on you, PJ Washington. We're not quite sold that you're a solid dude at 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. In fact, if we were to vote anybody off of 6-pick island here, it would be you, PJ. You would be the first one to go. He'd be the one we would kick to the curb before anyone else, I think. Y'all agree or disagree based on what we've looked at thus far? I think he'd be the first one to hit the streets. All right, more super chats rolling in, guys. Thank you so much for those. Again, I'm gonna continue to guarantee that your voice is heard here if you do leave a super chat, and I will read those messages. I will do the work for you so that you don't have to. We will double check, triple check, quadruple check those picks that you have your eye on. And I'll stay here all day as long as you keep super chatting me. I will be here until I turn gray. I might need to take a bathroom break at some point, but I work for you now, okay? I work for you people. You people. Jazz Smith coming through. He's liking Derek White tonight, but he's thinking Derek White's blocks and steals might be a good option. Are you wanting to take the over on that? You did not specify over or under on blocks and steals for Derek White. You also had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's rebounds listed. Don't know if you want to go over or under on that one either. You got to let me know. Let me know. Jazz, hopefully you're still here. Are we taking overs or unders on White and SGA? What's your initial hunch? Let's go look at the blocks and steals for the Derek White play real quick. Refresh the Opti. Let's pull the latest and greatest data and information into the optimizer, folks. Let's do that. Derek White, the optimal way to play Derek White's 1.5 blocks and steals would be to take the over. So you're thinking taking the over is the way that you want to go on it, Jazz. Well, I got good news for you. The plus EV move is to take the over. 52.6% chance that Derek White is going to get 2 or more blocks and steals. We've seen him in his defensive prowess. He is a good defender. A very good defender for a guard, a 2-guard point guard, combo guard. So yeah, the projection, or not projection, the odds or percentage for this pick to hit, 52.6% that he's going to get you 2 or more blocks and steals. Now for me personally, I'm probably, even if this checks out as a good play, I'm probably going to stick with his rebounds. But this looks like a good alternative if you want to go there. 2.2 blocks and steals is your first projection for Derek White. So if you're like my man Jazz here, or Jazz could be a woman, I guess, too. My bad. Let me not assume. Jazz, if you're liking this play like Jazz is liking this play, then you could take the over with he or she. 1.7 is the projection for Derek White on RotoWire. So we got 2 projections for the over on Derek White. Taking a look at another projection for White, 1.8. Got 3 projections for more than 1.5 for Derek White. So you could take this one. If you don't like the rebounds and you want to play something that's Derek White related, then you could absolutely you could take the blocks and steals instead of the rebounds. 1 projected block, almost 1 projected steal puts him at about 1.9 blocks and steals. So I don't typically like a lot of blocks and steals props. I don't take a lot of them. They're just too unpredictable most of the time, but it is checking out across the board. Plus EV projected to go over 4 different ways. So there you go. Derek White, not looking too shabby for rebounds, not looking too shabby for blocks and steals. Of course, we cannot include Derek White twice in the same entry, so you will have to make your mind up whether or not you want to take the boards or you want to take the blocks and steals. But like I said, I'm going to stick with our first OG play of 3.5 rebounds. I'm going to keep that one, and I'm going to kick this one. But if the rebounds get bumped up to 4, then you can pivot over to this one and take the blocks and steals. All right, so Jazz, first one, looking good. Now, you also mentioned SGA for some rebounds. Let me look at that one. That one's at 5, so this one does have push or tie potential at 5. You said my head blocks what now? The last picks? What last picks? I'm reading damn near everything off the screen, so even if you can't see it, I'm reading it to you. What last picks? The picks are over here off to the side. My head ain't blocking nothing. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? I try to keep my head out of the way, man. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Jeez. Anyway, SGA's at 5 rebounds. I don't know what you're talking about. 5 rebounds versus New Orleans. We've already got his teammate in there, Chet Holmgren, at 5.5. I probably wouldn't play both of these guys over rebounds in the same entry. If you like both of them, then split them up. Put one in on one entry and one in on another entry. I don't know what head he's talking about. Hey, yo, what head are you talking about? Anyway, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by my head is blocking something? Which head? Hey, yo. Anyway, back to SGA we go, right? We're trying to see if this guy is a plus EV option or not. He's at 5 boards. 5 boards, 50% chance that he goes over, 50.2 to be exact. Well, he must not be live with us. The last 2 picks, the last 6 pick, brother, I smash the pick here. Here's what we smash on last pick, brother. Keegan Murray, brother, less than 6.5 rebounds. We smash less. We took Kevon Looney less. We smash points, rebounds, and assists, brother. We took Steph Curry more, 4.5 rebounds, brother. That's what we took. My head no longer in the way. Jordan Clarkson, brother, over 8.5 rebounds and assists. We smash more. Brother. Desmond Bain, more, 9.5 rebounds and assists. We smash. These are the plays that we smash, brother. These are the picks, brother. My head no longer in the way, okay? Okay, I smash your boys. These are the boys I smash for you, my friend. There you go. Now, can we get back to work here? Can we finish up? Can we finish looking at what we were looking at? So SGA is a 50-50 shot at 5 boards. Sorry you're late, brother. That's what we smashed earlier, though. 6 pick, brother. We go big. We're trying to smash the 25x, brother. Come with us. Yeah, SGA 5 rebounds, 50-50 shot that he gets those 5 boards. Let's run some projections, though. We already got Chet Holmgren in there, as I was saying. I don't know that I would take both of them. I don't think I would take both in the same entry. Split them up, if anything. You ain't got to take both in the same. Correlation reasons, I would split them up, put one in one entry, one in another. First projection for SGA's boards, though, 5.4 going up against New Orleans tonight. Okay. Second projection for SGA, 5.3. So you're not really seeing huge projections for SGA over 5. You're not really seeing a lot of huge overs for his 5 boards. Not like you were with Chet. Now here's a 6 rebound projection. So yeah, for me, I'm sticking with Chet, but you can take SGA over 5 boards. Don't be surprised if it ties, if it pushes. Okay. So we'll certify SGA and Derek White for those blocks and steals as well. Now, Everyday Fantasy's coming through with some first half options. We're gonna circle back. Let's look at CJ McCollum's rebounds. CJ McCollum rebounds over, because that was another one that Last in Limbo just left us. He's sitting at just 3.5 rebounds tonight. Last in Limbo says, I want the over at 3.5 rebounds. That was from Kazakhstan, small region outside of Russia. Kazakhstan. I don't know what accent that is. Anyway, CJ McCollum, we're trying to see if this is a plus EV play or not. It is 52.6% chance that he goes for 4 or more rebounds. Plus EV, yeah, you betcha. You betcha. Now let's see if the projections are also looking Gucci gooch. 4.2 rebounds, good first projection on a line of 3.5. Second projection, 4.6. 4.6 on a line of 3.5. Things are looking up and up here for my guy, McCollum. Another projected rebound number of 3.9. So, all right, I'm cool. I'm cool. All of the projections are saying take the over on McCollum. Let's make a second 6 pick. I think we got enough here. We're gonna give PJ Washington the benefit of the doubt here against Houston. So we got White over 3.5 boards, Washington over 21.5 points and rebounds, Chet over 5.5 boards, Vooch over 2.5 assists, Schroeder over 12.5 points, and McCollum over 3.5 rebounds. I'm going to smash this entry for 20 again. Another 20. There you go. Get my head out the way. Okay. And maybe you take the original 6 and you combine them with the new 6 that we just put together. Maybe you create a third entry and you take your favorites from the first 6 and you combine them with your favorites from the new 6. I don't know. Get crazy. Do whatever you want. Make a bunch of 2-pick power plays out of all these. I don't know what you want to do. It's your money. I ain't here to tell you what to do with it. All right. But lots of options. Take your screenshots. Send them to your boys in the group chat. Tell them this guy, this big fathead bastard named Curry on YouTube said these all look like plus EV picks that are projecting well. All right? Tell your friends and family. This goofy-ass white guy said play these plays. All right? And then y'all could come and yell at me when none of them hit. Because, you know, I make these projections and stuff. No. Don't yell at me. Mercy. All right, that's like 12 picks, y'all. I'm cooked. I'm cooked to the core. I did say I would come back to Everyday Fantasy's first half options. Let's make this the last one. Tyler Hero at 11.5 points. Derek White at 5.5 points. Both first half only. Do we have any first half only fans? Oh, you see what I did? First half only fans. Do we have any first half only fans in the building? Do y'all like playing first half only? Here's Derek White. He's liking him for more. And Tyler Hero, you're liking him for more as well. We are concerned with this guy, Emo Jimmy. Emo Jimmy Butler is currently listed as questionable. Bam Adebayo is expected to play for Miami tonight. Whew. Ooh. Now, if Jimmy's out, what about this guy? What about these green beans? Maybe if Jimmy's out, you go right here to Bam over 10.5 points. That's just something I stumbled upon, man. What happened to your other super chat? I don't know what happened to it. Did we lose it? We took Vooch. We took Schroeder. We're not taking Zion Williamson, Chris. Oh, that was the other Chris. I don't know. Did it get lost in the nether? Oh shit. Hey, they just pulled the Heat off the board. Is that because Jimmy was just ruled out? Did Jimmy get ruled out just now? They just pulled the Miami Heatians off the board. Can somebody confirm? Kyrie is now doubtful. Well, that's Dallas. Oh, Jimmy's probable now. There we go. Bradley's saying Jimmy's probable now. So they yanked all the Heat off the board because Jimmy is probable. They already had Jimmy on the board. What is that? What does that matter? I don't know why, but anyway, guys, they just pulled all the Miami Heat players off the board. But Derek White's first half points. Here's where Prop.Cash really shines. For stuff like this, when you really want to look into something like a first half only play, Props.Cash, your #1 resource for stuff like first quarter, first half, Second half, they got, you know, a little bit of everything in there for you to look at, like game logs, advanced statistics, and data. So let's do that now. Let's use Prop.Cash. And if you want to use Prop.Cash, promo code Curry saves you 25% off your first month. You see it right below me here on this banner. I've left a link down in the description below. You go check out Props.Cash and save yourself some money when you use code Curry. Okay? We're looking at points. We want to go to Indiana versus Boston. We're a little worried that Indiana's going to potentially be without Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin. So going first half only on a game like this makes some sense. I think it makes a lot of sense. Now, Derek White, he is at first half only. He's at 5.5 on PrizePicks. So if we bump him down to 5.5, here's kind of what you're looking at here. His only 3 games thus far: Knicks, Heat, Wizards. He has only gone over 5.5 points in 1 out of those 3 games. We talked about it earlier. The Boston Celtics, they're loaded with talent. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis. So is there anything that you can tell me about this Everyday Fantasy? Give us a little bit more information. What is it that you're liking about this, if you're still with me, man? Because, I mean, it's not looking sexy at first look here. What are you liking about this overplay? Head-to-head? Okay. So versus Indiana? So this is going back to last season, I guess. Now, if Halliburton's out, Mathurin's out, then I would imagine the matchup gets easier for somebody like Derek White and company. Head-to-head, though, I guess last year against Indiana, he did go over 5.5 points first half only. 2 out of 3 games. He had 13 in one game, 10 in another game. Now, I don't know who was in, who was out for Boston in those games, but apparently he cooked up Indiana pretty well there. So that's a first half only play. Unfortunately, like I said, they ripped all the Miami Heat players off the board with the Jimmy Butler probable news. I guess, I don't know, they hit the panic button. But this one came from our guy Everyday Fantasy, so check it out. Check that one out if you're looking for a first half only option. Anyways, guys, I think we are going to call it quits. We've been at this for almost damn near 2 hours, and it's time for me to go get some lunch, man. I think I've earned it. Here's, again, one last look at the 12 picks that we came up with. All of these are plus EV. All of these are projecting well for the most part. Derek White over 3.5 rebounds. PJ Washington over 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Chet Holmgren over 5.5 boards. Nikola Vucevic for more than 2.5 assists. Dennis Schroeder for over or more 12.5 points. CJ McCollum for more than 3.5 rebounds. Xavier Tillman for more than 10.5 points. Desmond Bane for more than 9.5 rebounds and assists. Jordan Clarkson for more than 8.5 rebounds and assists. Steph Curry for more than 4.5 rebounds. Kevon Looney for less than 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Keegan Murray for less than 6.5 rebounds. 12 picks, all Berta free. You are welcome. Hit the like button on your way out. 145 likes, still 167 people watching. Dub Club members, we will see you in Discord. I will be posting plenty of NBA picks as news starts to come out. Keep an eye out around 5 p.m. Eastern time for those picks. And if you want to join Dub Club, the link is in the chat. Click the Dub Club link and join us, my friends. Until next time, see you.